A former presidential candidate of ADC, Dumebi Kachikwu, joins me now for more on this development. Good to have you join us.
Thanks for having me.
So give us your assessment of the ongoing controversy surrounding the president's CSU certificate, as well as the press conference held today by the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi.
Well, I think that at this point, Nigerians need to move past this. I think that Nigerians are paying a huge price and are being distracted from the core issues facing Nigeria and Nigerians by continuing to discuss what now seems to be a non-issue. When the presidential candidate of the PDP went fishing for this information in America, for most of us, it seemed clear, it seemed apparent that he was privy to the information, or he already knew the answers to what he was looking for. But apparently now, from what we've seen, it seems more like a fishing expedition which had no clear answers, and seeing that the school has now determined that President Bola Tinubu did graduate from that school, we cannot continue to start mining a non-existent mine. It seemed that we now are moving away from the issue about his attending that school or graduating from the school to new issues about secondary school and what have you. And so you have to ask yourself, at what point do we stop this charade and focus on joining hands to move Nigeria forward? I saw a joke last week. Someone said that they will soon start asking the president to prove if his union with his wife is actually genuine. You know, and that just shows you the stupidity of the whole issue. Considering that in our country that that university degree is not required to run for office of president.
If I may ask you, some believe that it is an embarrassment. Others are saying, look, this is just politics. But I want to ask you as a politician, what's your opinion about how this is evolving in the court of public opinion and the international dimension to this?
I don't think there's an international dimension to this. I believe I'm more traveled than most of the candidates in the election. I believe that I have far more reach than most of them. I haven't heard anyone. I just came back from a five-nation trip. I haven't heard anyone asking me about this internationally. Every nation has its issues. We see what's playing out with Biden, with Trump, and what have you. So every nation has its domestic issues. We just need to look inwards and start dealing with our issues and stop trying to embarrass ourselves and bring people into an issue that is non-existent. I am one of the first people that will tell you that it's important that we have a credible person as president of Nigeria. But when we've done an extensive investigation and found that what we went looking for is non-existent, we need to put a stop to this and come join hands together and start focusing on nation building. Nigeria is suffering, bleeding at all fronts. We have so many issues, and we can't continue to let Tinubu's papers and what have you continue to dominate the public space. It's
but Mr. Kachikwu, apologies for jumping in, because you were saying that, you know, the politicians should put, that's the opponent rather, that's Atiku and Peter Obi, should put an end to this. But their own idea of putting an end to this is that the president should address Nigerians on this matter. What's your thought on that?
Well, I don't believe that the president owes it to them to address Nigerians on this matter. I believe that if the president deems it fit that he wants to speak on this, so be it. But it should not be based on a call by his political opponents for him to address Nigerians. I believe that what Atiku got through a court order, valid court order, speaks volumes in trying to now deceive Nigerians with what is not there when it was very, very clear what the outcome was. I was glad to see the BBC reports today, which again reinforced what we all knew came out from the court process in America, right? So politicians should at this point stop deceiving gullible Nigerians by imputing, by speaking to what is not there. The facts are very, very clear as to what they went searching for. Did Bola Tinubu attend that school and did he graduate from that school? And the school answered in the affirmative. Why are we now engaging in another fishing expedition? Now, if there are legitimate questions bordering on any other documents or certificates and what have you, again, we leave this to the courts to decide. But when you now have cheap lawyers and what have you coming on public spaces to give wrong information or wrong analysis to members of the public on this issue, it doesn't help our nation at this point. I keep on saying this. This is a time when all politicians, all Nigerians should come together to start speaking to our issues. Nigeria is on a very fast-moving train to disaster. Our economy is suffering. And our economy is suffering. We have security issues, and all these issues border on the fact that as a people, we are not united, we are not together. We keep on speaking to non-issues. Bola Tinubu is not our issue in Nigeria today. Our issue in Nigeria today is that Nigerians are not one. We need to come together. Politicians are destroying Nigeria.
So some Nigerians will say, look, they want to be addressed on it. For some Nigerians, like you, it's a distraction. But we'll continue to see how this particular story evolves. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere soon. Thank you so much for talking to us, former presidential candidate of ADC, Dumebi Kachikwu.
Thanks for having me.